Welcome back to Chocketable Media. From Dublin to Luxembourg, Israel chooses Luxembourg for its diaspora obligations. CSSF authorization of Israeli government bonds. Do we want to be the bank for this war? LSAP MP. This article was written by Mitchell Sinner, adapted for RTL Today. For this reason too, there had been debates in Ireland. In the prospectus approved last year by the Irish, Israel had not informed about legal proceedings before the International Court of Justice in The Hague, where Israel is being sued for genocide by South Africa, and the court has imposed provisional measures, stating that one should not become complicit. Is the information to investors complete if this reference is missing? Do they then know that they may be helping to finance activities contrary to law and international law? Luxembourg is a member of the court and has signed the Convention on the Prevention and Punishment of Genocide. France Fayot therefore asks about the hierarchy of norms. We know that we have signed a whole series of treaties and conventions on humanitarian law, and we must ask ourselves whether this is in line with those norms and regulations. There are a whole range of aspects that need to be addressed. Where does the money come from to repay the bonds? Does it come in part from illegal Israeli settlements? How secure is repayment? These are also technical questions, but fundamental nonetheless. On this point, Israel has partly improved. The new documentation approved by the CSSF now explicitly mentions proceedings before the International Court of Justice, but how the money is used is still not specified, only that it serves Israel's general financing needs. David Wagner adds, that means it is not clear, there is no transparency. That is one more reason to say we cannot accept these bonds at all, but I think it goes further. One must now exert such pressure on the Israeli government that it simply stops killing people indiscriminately. In the end, that is also what this is about. The initiative to delegate approval of the Israeli prospectus, valid for 1 year at a time, from Dublin to Luxembourg came from Israel. The Irish Central Bank thus avoided having to decide again on a prospectus after the intense political controversies. Despite outsourcing the controversial authorization to the CSSF, Ireland remains the home state for Israeli bonds on the European financial markets. They have now thrown the hot potato over to Luxembourg, which has picked it up, says France Fayot. But pressure on Israel could also be exerted through the recognition of Palestine as an independent state. This month, Prime Minister Luc Frieden and Foreign Minister Xavier Bettel will travel to the UN General Assembly. By then at the latest, they will have to show their hand on whether they will recognize Palestine or not. The following week, on September 15th, they will also be in the Chamber's Foreign Affairs Committee regarding this topic. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, share and like, stay tuned and comment below. This second article is to further explain the diaspora bond package from Dublin to Luxembourg. Why Israel chooses Luxembourg for its diaspora obligations. In the face of growing protests in Ireland, Israel has transferred approval of its diaspora bonds to the Grand Duchy. Israel has transferred responsibility for approving its diaspora bond program within the EU from Ireland to the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg. Luxembourg's Financial Sector Supervisory Commission, CSSF, is now responsible. This is clear from the latest bond prospectus published Monday on the website of Israel Bonds, the financing vehicle for the diaspora bonds. As Reuters reports, Ireland is responding to growing resistance in its capital, Dublin, where pro-Palestinian politicians and groups have been criticising and protesting the Irish Central Bank's role in the process for months. However, the Irish Central Bank has repeatedly reminded Reuters of its legal obligation. Every prospectus must be approved as long as formal requirements are met. Until now, the rule was that third countries had to designate an EU member state to approve their securities prospectuses. Ireland had regularly assumed this task since 2021. Ireland is considered one of the most pro-Palestinian countries in the EU. In 2024, the government recognized a Palestinian state. The Israeli Finance Ministry called the move a natural development. According to the news agency, it has a long history of working with Luxembourg on ordinary government bonds. The move ensures that Israel retains comprehensive access to investors. The CSSF acts in complete independence. At the request of Ellis Entiel, the CSSF clarified that Ireland continues to be Israel's home state within the EU. In principle, the Irish Central Bank therefore remains competent to approve such prospectuses. However, Article 28 of the European Prospectus Regulation allows an issuer to request the transfer of a particular prospectus to another national supervisory authority. This is precisely the route Israel has chosen for its new core program. The Luxembourg authority emphasizes that its review was limited to purely formal criteria. It is a matter of verifying whether the information contained in the prospectus is complete, consistent, and comprehensible. However, no new assessment is made of the economic or financial advisability of the loan or of Israel's solvency. The CSSF's approval does not imply any assessment of the viability of the loan or the quality of the issuer. The statement said, the institution claims to act in complete independence. The government, for its part, has not commented on the matter. Credit to this article goes to L'Essentiel online news rebroadcast and explained by Chocketable Media. Subscribe, share and comment below. Please stay tuned. See you next time.
Thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing so you won't miss out any of our latest video.